Hi everybody, Kevin here. I'm back from YCS Sacramento. So this is sort of a recap of my experience there at YCS Sacramento. Overall, it was a very fun event. I went with my friends. I think we overall did kind of mid, right? My friends played Edison retro formats. I decided to play modern, of course, to represent Sky Striker. I think I was literally the only person there playing Sky Striker 2. Most of the time, I was playing against like meta, but not even Snake Eyes Fiendsmith, which I thought would be like majority, but then even then it was a weird event because um I don't think Konami mentioned it or they never showed like the audience just because like it was less than 1,000 people. I think they said overall was like 900 something people, which is I think pretty low even for like California or something like that. But anyways, overall it was a okay event, very fun overall. Even if I didn't like obviously top or anything like that, I still wanted to share my deck profile. Also met this guy, which you'll see on the screen right now as a clickbait thumbnail or something like that. But this is what I was playing for YCS Sacramento. I'll reason out why I was playing certain cards or like why I did that and stuff, and what I would change for next time. And I would say like the deck, I would say I had no expectations at all. But when Chameleon comes out, you'll definitely see me go full try hard, and like it makes the deck like way more, I guess, competitive compared to the meta, right? And we'll see what happens with Snake Eyes Fiendsmith, because this deck was built to play against Snake Eyes Fiendsmith. And I think I only played it once during like a win mat, which since I'll just show it now, right here, gang. I did get a nib mat at least for trying. That's pretty neat. See it? Yeah, nib. Ooh, cool, nice, awesome. All right, you got the idea. Who cares? I'm finally glad I got a mat from some kind of event and not use my paper mat anymore, which is kind of fitting because my paper mat like actually ripped, unfortunately. Yeah, I'll go on deck profile right now and we'll talk about why I'm playing certain cards. Here we go. All right, here we go. We're gonna start something very unorthodox. We're gonna play three Cyanos. Three Cyanos. I think you probably should play at least one of her. I think that's correct, because she is a starter card. And what's great is during the event for the games that I was in, every time I saw her, I basically have more extenders and is able to push through the negates. Because most people sometimes they don't know what this card does, right? And they let the rose come out from your deck or graveyard. Remember that. And then also it has the secondary banishing effect part, which does come up because, for example, sometimes let's say they destroy the rose because it's a Stracker monster in the graveyard, right? You would normal summon your like Ray or something, and then you link it off, and like, oh, okay, and then you get able to pop off and make like your Azalea temperaments, and then be able to steal whatever one of their monsters, and then that's a way to you for like non destruction removal, if you will, right? So that was great. Every time I saw her, I basically won that game. So yes, going forward, when Chameleon comes out, I'll absolutely probably play three of this. But I can understand if you only play one, right? But I'll talk later about my other ratio, as you'll see. We're only playing two Ray. What? Two Ray? Kevin, you mad lad. Why are you only playing two Ray? Because we're only playing two rows. We're also playing two rows. Now I know the ratio is like three Ray, one Rose, right? That's always a given, because Rose is not as good as Ray. Because Ray can dodge and she can float and blah blah blah. But we're playing triple Cyanos, right? Three Cyanos. That means if you draw the Rose and you don't see the Cyanos or whatever, it's a dead card and it doesn't thin out your deck, right? It's kind of like the mentality of playing three Spine or two Spine Gilman and like three Deep Sea Diva, right? For like retro format. So if you draw one of the Rose and Cyanos, the other two Cyanos are basically dead in your deck, right? And then you also don't get the free summon from like your deck and graveyard and all that stuff. So we only played the second one just as like a just in case, and it did come up because I did draw the Rose, and then what ended up happening was I needed another Rose from deck to send to graveyard as part of the Ray like linkage OTK, and that came up, so I managed to OTK someone with linkage, which is pretty cool. That's pretty cool, right? So if you're playing three Cyanos, I think you should probably play two Rose, unless you're a risky for the biscuit kind of dude, and think I'm never gonna draw the Rose anyways. I'm so good at the game. So there you go. You should probably play two, three and two, and then two Ray. Three is probably too much Ray because starter cards itself is not that great, and you need like other cards to try to stop your opponent. Because you know, it doesn't matter at the moment, and probably in the future when Fiendsmith hopefully gets hit, there's still gonna be like problematic to play around, right? Maybe that's why the attendance was so low. Nobody wants to play those. And then hand trap lineup, 3 Ash. Ash came up couple times, right? Opponent 1 for 1 Ash. Oh, okay. Neg 1. What else I hit? I hit Pot of Extravagance against Voice's Voice. That was okay. Hit good old Pot of Prosperity. That's okay. Didn't really use it against Fiendsmith. I don't think I ever drew it against Fiendsmith. But again, I only played 1 Fiendsmith. But yeah, always good. 3 Veiler. Effect Negation is very good, because then in conjunction with, like, you know, Nib came up a lot, because what I would do is that I would wait for my opponent to do their shenanigans, right? And usually they have like a negate, like a DD Wave King Caesar or like a Apollosa, and I would just imperm. So Nibiru, negate, imperm. Oh, okay, clear board. But unfortunately, some decks have too much gas anyways, so even if you knit them, they still got the token, and I got a bunch of shenanigans in the graveyard, right? Because they'll say end phase, you have to say before end of main phase, you summon, and they still be able to, like, you get, it doesn't just automatically go to end phase, you know, your opponent still like continue to your main phase, yeah, blah blah blah. So I like Nib and Imperm, and every time I saw that 2 combination, I won that game. Not match, but that game, right? Well, we'll see. I'll talk about matchups later. Anyways, those are hand trap lineup and monsters, and then we'll go spells, right? So 3 in Gag, fairly standard. 3 Widow, we know what that does. I would steal boop monsters into boop boop OTK, right? Double Afterburners, because we do go second in this build. It's great. Second one always came up. And then 1 linkage. Kevin, why are you only playing 1 linkage? I thought you said you played 3. Because linkage OTK overall, I think in this particular format, it's not that great. And it's always good to have that one option, right? So I feel like you don't really need the linkage at the moment. I think we have enough starter cards with the, you know, 3 Cyanos. So usually we play 3 of this and like 1 Cyano, right? So the 2 Cyanos replaces the linkage. And since most of the time anyways, with the linkage OTK not really happening, the whole purpose of this basically is just to have access to the OTK and occasionally be a starter card, and I guess dodge certain things, right? So for example, your opponent tries to imperm your red ray, you can chain linkage, dodge it, and you're good. But yeah, if you're playing 3 Cyanos, the linkage, if that Cyano gets negated, for example, linkage doesn't work and you basically end the game. So that's why most of the time I will special summon the Cyanos and pitch something anyway, so it's okay. And then the other one was, right, so Horny Drones, Shark Cannon, multiple roll. It was very funny. It was I activated multiple roll and then tried to send off a thing, and my opponent responded to that, so that was like a funny bait. So there you go, multi-roll. People kind of scared of it. Of course, non-striker stuff, we do 3 Danklet, put in work, right? For example, summon Cyanos, you chain something like Imperm or whatever, send off with your droplet, right? Chain droplet, you get value out of that, so that's good too. And you get, I guess, Rose, and that's fine too. If Rose gets bopped, because most of the time you gotta link it off, and then if it gets linked off, it's in graveyard, and then you can resummon it anyway to Cyanos. So that's fun. Thrust put in work, because you would search talent sometimes, right? And the other ones, right? Change your heart, Rhoda, and then Call By. Call By I never saw the entire game. Change your heart, I used that to steal opponent's monster and bop him for the game, right? But yeah, so that's main deck. 40 cards. I'll talk about some changes after you see the extra deck. Right, but I'm pretty happy with the main deck. I think overall, different meta, and like in theory, I think it was pretty okay. 3 red ray, of course, we know what it does. Double blue ray, we know what it does. Double green ray, right? 1 to hopefully send your ray and then be able to do the OTK, and the other time just to start sending your spell card like engage or something. Temperaments, right? Because it's a random link 3 that you can get into if you get Cyanos locked, so that's fine. Azalea, ironically, was the one I summoned the most the entire weekend, which is very funny because in locals I never summoned her, and in locals it's pretty heavy meta. In the YCS, since I only play main event for like the first couple rounds, and then played Winamat, and it was basically almost Rogue City. Unfortunately, right? Because I guess it makes sense. You scrub out and then you play like the side events, so it's probably Rogue City. But yeah, Azalea is the one I summoned probably the most, compared to like the other non like Link 1 Sky Striker monsters. So Zeke was there, and then the non-striker stuff. So Dark, right? Never came up. Celine, because we do play Veiler, never came up. Axis Code Talker never came up. And then the other two, right? Topologic, Doroboro, Switch in Theory, again, Link 4, be able to set on it, banish your opponent's field if they summon anything. Makes sense, right? One another option besides Axis Code if we can't OTK, which again, I never summoned anyways. And then one Hita if we play Snake Eyes Ash, and if people play Ash, we can summon it, right? And then start comboing off with Celine and blah blah blah, right? As you can see, they are not sleeved. I will explain why. Because in the future, I will not be playing those two cards because it's just not worth it. So that's extra deck. And then we're going to side deck, which did put in work. We'll play double the Ogre, right? For Tenpai. Tenpai is my scariest matchup. I hate it so much because it's basically a coin flip. If they resolve field spell and you have nothing, your Widow Anchors can't target, your Imperms can't target, your Effect Veiler can't target. And during the battle phase, the only thing you have left is Imperm. But even then, they can make that Synchro Dragon thing, and you can't respond anyways. I don't know. The Tenpai sucks. I hate it. And I also got D-shifted like every time. So yeah, it is what it is. 3 evenly. That was great. I resolved it once against a Kashtira player, but unfortunately, you'll see, I managed to still lose the game because I made a nip token and I couldn't out it. Unfortunate. Dank Ruler. Side in, never came up. Double Darting Roar again for Tenpai if they make you go first, which most of the time, if you win game 1, they will make you go first the second game, which did happen. I did side it in, never saw it. Double Cyclone, right? Again, Tenpai hit the field spell or random back row, whatever it may be. 3 Spooky Dogwood for time. I went into time once on my backup feature match, which I did post, I think, on my YouTube, right, as a link, like, oh, I'm on stream, because it said, oh, you'll be on stream, but it turns out we were on the backup stream. And unfortunately, I believe we were the only backup stream the entire weekend that they did not cut to, which kind of sucks, because I think it was a fun back and forth game that maybe if they want to show something like not Fiend Spiff Mirrors all day, it was fun. I was playing against Voice's Voice and managed to break through the entire board and stuff, so that was cool. I wish they showed that. Here's, where is it? Where's proof? I have the, what is it, the calculator paper thing to show like I was there. I was totally there. Totally. Believe me, gang. Oh, here we go. I found it. Give me a sec. As I sift through all my stuff that I got. Here you go. See? There we go. That was the life point total. He was at 2250. And then whatever, 59. We go into game 3. He chooses to go first. I did not draw Ghost Sister and Spooky Dogwood, so we have to do a draw. Oh well, that sucks. But yeah, that was cool. It was cool. I was surprised I was actually, you know, picked, because I guess both of us consented to trying to be on stream at the same time. So that was cool. That was side deck. Now I'll talk about things I would change real quick. As you can see, I did take this out and the other card, Topologic, whatever, because my dumbass, through testing and stuff, I never ever managed to summon good old Kaina, right? Ulti Kaina. I cannot believe I did not play Kaina like a dumbass, because Kaina, like I said in that one game for Winamat, which was about to go into finals, what happened was that I did not play Kaina, so they had a nib. My play was to hopefully send, so I evenly matched him. He only had token left because that's the only thing you can keep. And then what ended up happening was that the only starter card I had was Horny Drones, right? So Horny Drones into like any kind of like Red Ray, right? To try to add back the Horny Drones and go into Zeke to banish token. They're empty, right? But they had Shuffler in Graveyard because they're playing Tournament or whatever. And then that shuffled back with Horny Drones. I'm like, well, that sucks. So if I only had Yellow Ray, if I had Yellow Ray, I could negate the attack for 1 turn, buy some time, right? Because the only thing he did draw was a Bestial. And so sure, Bestial attacks me, boop, 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 whatever. And I added Engage. So there's no way I can realistically stop the Nibiru from attacking aside from Kaina. And that came up. Ugh, unfortunate. And the other one was during time, right? for winning mat. For some reason, some of the judges just did not care about time, so we played for like way over time. And so finally, some judge came around like, "What are you guys doing? Is this winning mat, whatever?" And I was like, "Yeah." And it's like, "Okay, who won?" We're both 1-1. And so he said, "Okay, it's like sudden death basically. Whoever gains life points will lose life points. That's dependent on the winner, right?" So if I had kinda, he made me go first for some reason. So if I had kinda, I could have summoned kinda, activate like both my engages, gain 100, and I believe that was game right there. But unfortunate. So there you go, kinda. I'm sorry. I will never ever let you go ever again. No matter what, I'll always have one kinda in the deck, right? In the extra deck at least. And I can't believe I didn't play the ulti kinda. So there you go. I'll always play Yellow Ray, no matter what. No matter what people say, it doesn't come up until it does come up. And those 2 games right there where I could have won basically 2 mats if kinda was there. Unfortunate. It's a learning experience. Whatever. It's my dumbass thinking. Oh, I've been playing Fiend Smith, Snake Eyes all day, but did not. Cause my what's the other thing you would play, Kevin? Oh, probably Amble Whale, because it's a Link 4 machine, right? Sometimes it might come up, you make a Zilly Temperance, you steal, right? Or a Link 2 or blah blah blah, and then you end up with Amble Whale. Amble Whale has a pretty okay effect too, I think. So this is overall probably better than, you know, summoning access code if you can. Like you can't OTK them, because Amble Whale, at least if they get destroyed, right, you can target like a Link 3 or lower and then special summon. So maybe you can summon Red Ray, add back your engage, blah blah blah, have a starter card. So that's pretty good. I will probably play this and that, take these 2 out, unless you know for sure you're playing Fiend Smith Snake Eyes. But yeah, the entire weekend, like I said, round 1 I played in the main event, at least round 1 I played against Tenpai, D-shifter both times. Oh wow, GG, right? Didn't draw the outs. Since you lose the first one, right, more than likely you're probably going to play like some off meta decks, because that's more likely for those kind of deck to lose, right? So game 2 I play against or also that's funny because round 1 I did sit next to Pac, that's the picture, right? And then round 2 I played against Voice's Voice, which is the backup feature match that I didn't appear on, unfortunately. So that's off meta. I don't really know what they do, but after game 1 I lost. I downloaded and understood what they did, so I'm like, alright, time to hit low, hit this and that. So hit low and they basically couldn't do the thing, can't summon anything, and I basically had advantage from there. So that was a draw, unfortunately. Game 3 I played against Ritual Beast, again D-shifter in wombo combo. I don't draw any hand traps, it's all basically gas and stuff, but they have their super duper Omni Negate and, you know, shifter. It's very hard to play around. Game 2 he makes the super duper board, but I basically kind of brick, so that's fortunate. At that point I was like, whatever, I'll play attacking the giant card and other side events and stuff like that. And that was basically what I did the entire weekend. So yeah, I got very close like a couple times with Striker, maybe skill issue or that one kinda, I'm just coping. But overall that was my experience with YCS Sacramento. Would I do it again? Absolutely. It was fun, lots of fun. Wanna play with Striker? Of course, absolutely. Even if it's extremely hard, which when I was playing against some of my opponents, I guess it's like a consolidation, or like, you know, props to you, man, for playing Striker in 2024. That's crazy. It's like doing brain surgery, like, because any kind of mistake or any kind of mess up you lose, which is true, because that one kind of, right, did not come up. Oh well. And in consolidation I did pull a ulti double Azers, which I thought will be worth money, but I guess it's about 20 bucks, so probably keep this and maybe it'll come up. Cool animation too at Masteral. Overall, so yeah, that was my YCS experience. This is my deck list. As you saw, there will be some changes when Camellia comes out, absolutely. I will probably shift over to something going first, because I feel going second, it's just way too hard unless you open to very specific hand traps. And if you go first anyways, at least you can have the guarantee of trying to be able to search Widow Anchor and Camellia, right, if she exists by then, so you can summon her, send your engage, set up a couple of negates in addition to your hand traps, right? So yeah, it'll be really hard for your opponent to play through maybe 2 or 3 interactions. But compared to, again, going second when they set up everything and you don't draw any hand trap, you're screwed anyway. So we'll probably shift to that when Camellia comes out. But anyways, thank you for watching. Leave a like, comment, sub, all that fun stuff. See you guys around. Bye bye. This is my outro song for free YouTube monies. Give me some likes and support me, please.